Hello and welcome to another live English video. AMlanguage, it's 3 o'clock with me, Richie. Hope you're all doing well and I hope you all had a good new year. So happy new year, everybody. Hope you all had a jolly good New Year's Eve. It is the 5th of January. We are now into the new year. With hopefully the excitement of positivity rather than what we would call maybe another word for negativity would be doom and gloom. So if doom and gloom is negative, and we could say that 2020 was full of doom and gloom, which effectively means negative. But hopefully 2021 will be much better, more optimistic, more things to look forward to. Well, we hope anyway. Irina F., good afternoon. Welcome to today's lessons. Thank you for joining, as always. Hope you had a good New Year's and Privyet as well. Okay, so this week, obviously we didn't have a lesson yesterday. We will have a lesson tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday as well. It's going to be at the same time, 3 o'clock, and we will look at different things. Today, we are going to look at mistakes. The thing is, can we spot the mistakes? Can we see them? And can we correct them? So that's the challenge for today. Can we see the mistakes and can we correct them? It's a really important skill to know how to do. It tells you a little bit about your own weaknesses if you're the one writing. And there are level tests and English exams where you might have to correct the mistake. So it's a good exercise to know. It's a good one it's a good skill to develop. Now, obviously, it depends what your first language is. There are certain mistakes that are going to happen that are more to do with your first language than a lack of knowledge. So if you speak Russian, for example, then you will find that when it comes to articles, for example, that could be a bit of a problem. Alida, good afternoon. Welcome to today's lesson. Buenos dias as well. I don't know how to say Happy New Year in Spanish. If I were to guess, it would be Nuevo Año Feliz, actually. So Feliz Año Nuevo? I don't know. Oh, thank you very much, Alida. I was trying to think. Feliz Año Nuevo. Okay, I was quite close. Thank you very much. Evelina, good afternoon to you too. Buono pomeriggio and Felice Año Nuevo as well. Probably something similar. I think Felice is happy in Italian. I know Año is year, so then new, probably Nuevo is probably similar. So yes, Felice Año Nuevo. Excellent, fantastic. Well, Happy New Year to all of you. We've got people of different levels here as well. So let's begin. We're going to start off at an easier pace and we'll gradually climb up the scale of difficulty. So let's begin. The question is, can we find the mistake? And so yeah, let's start off with that. We'll go in nice and easily and then we'll work from there. Let's start off with this one. . Okay, so number one, I went in London. Number two, and number three. Okay, we'll start off with three nice, easy ones, just to start off, and then we'll gradually make these a little bit more difficult. So I went in London. I catch the ball, and three, she weren't here. Alida says the first one should be two. I went to London. Two, I caught the ball, and three, she wasn't here. If you agree with the leader, just say yes, that you agree with the leader. If you have slightly different answers, let me know. But like I said, we're going to start off nice and easy, and we'll gradually make things a bit more difficult. There's no space there for the water. Okay, so Alida's saying one is I went to London, two, I caught the ball, and three, she wasn't there. If you agree with Alida, make sure that you let me know, or just let me know by liking the video. Irina F agrees. Excellent. Let's move on to the next one. Evelina agrees as well. So let's go again. We're up to four here. Number five. And, oh, sorry, that was number five, actually. Let me just rewrite that one again. That should be number five. And number six. So slightly harder this time. You've got four, I have been always good at maths. Number five, I driven the car quickly. And number six, I will going to the supermarket. So these are a little bit harder. Let's see how you guys do. They're all slightly different as well. The mistake isn't going to be the same. So you've got number four here. I have been always good at maths. Number five, I driven the car quickly. And number six, I will going to the supermarket later. What do you think the mistake is? Now, sometimes you might think that there's a word missing. So if you think there's a word missing, let me know what you think the word is. If you think it's just a wrong word, correct the word. Alida says four should be, I have always been good at maths. Number five, I drove the car quickly. And number six, I am going to the supermarket later. If you agree with Alida, once again, let me know your answer in the live chat section. However, if you disagree on anything or you have a different answer, please let me know. So, Giulio Petruzzi, I'm guessing by your name you are from Italy. So, good afternoon, buon pomeriggio. Welcome to the channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. And please make sure that you subscribe if you haven't done also already. And thank you for joining us in the live chat section. Evelina says that she agrees with the leader, and Irina F says that she also agrees with the leader. Okay, so number 4, I can say you guys are. Alida has changed one of her answers. She's changed the answer for number 6. I will be going to the supermarket later is also correct. Question mark. Okay, so let's have a little look. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and number 6. Okay, number 5. All of you there so far are correct. Okay, now the thing about number 6, if you see will, you're going to have to use the future continuous. So if you're going to make the future continuous, and if this were a test, because they put will, you would then need to go with the future simple. So when it comes, if you see this in a test, look at the modal verb. The modal verb will tell you what you should be doing. Okay, in which case the answer is going to be I will be going to the supermarket later. So that is the correct answer. However, if you put I am going to the supermarket later, yes, it is correct, but not the answer the question was looking for. Okay, so sometimes you might find this where you think there's two, I mean, both are grammatically correct, but we got to be careful. What in information has the question given us that is going to tell us which option we should go for? Okay, so well done. We're doing well so far. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so but how do you know both are correct? Says Alida. Well, both are correct. Let me what I mean is grammatically, okay, both are correct, okay, because both answers work. However, because of the modal verb being being will, it tells us that the correct answer in this question is the future continuous. So we have to look for the modal verb. If the modal verb is there, we should be looking to go try create the same. We need to include it. Unless it is specifically saying that the modal verb is wrong, we should be very careful about changing the modal verb. If we're going to change the modal verb, we need to have an idea within the question that the modal verb needs to be changed. Okay, let's look at the next one though. We've got, okay, so number 7. Okay, strange one for number 7. We'll see who can see. I wonder how many of you get this one right. A strange sentence. Number 8. Number 8. Okay, so now in number 8, you might find there's more than one wrong answer there. And number 9. Okay, these next three are all a little bit harder. So number 7, this is what we're looking at here. We've got Apple are made by iPhones. Now, some of you might see this and think, okay, there's a passive going on here. So there are two possible correct answers. The first answer, you might want to leave it in the passive, but you need to think about your subject and you need to think about your object. Option 2, you decide to change the passive to an active voice. So that's the first one. Number 8, she had went home before the police come. Here there are two mistakes. You need to think about what sort of past sentence this person is trying to write. So that is your clue there. And number 9, government has not done enough. This, I'll tell you what what you need to think about here. For number 9, think about a word that might be missing. So for number 9, you're missing a word that's going to help you actually complete the answer. Let's see what you guys come up with. This now is going to be a little bit harder. These sort of ones are definitely not anywhere near as easy as the ones we started off with. This is going to be I mean, it's still, in terms of the grammar that we're using, nothing so far is really complex, but the mistakes they might be a little bit difficult in terms of spotting the mistakes. So let's see what you guys come up with over here. Alida says, so number 7, she's gone with iPhones are made by Apple. So Alida here has decided to remain with the passive voice, and she has just switched the subject and the object around. Number 8, she had gone home before the police came. Here she's looked at the verbs gone, well, went and come to, and she's changed it to gone and came. And 9, government has not done enough yet. Okay, guys, so if you agree that 7, 8, and 9, if you agree that all of them are correct, just let me know in the live chat saying Alida is correct. If you think there's an answer that you don't agree with, let me know in the live chat section. Maybe actually give me your answer to that particular question. Like I said, these are a little bit harder. I don't expect everybody to get all 3 right. But like I said, guys, if you agree with a leader, let me know in the live chat section. I don't want to move on just yet. I want to make sure that, the majority of us agree, or I'll have had a go. Evelina says that she agrees with Alida. Okay. Well, why some of you are perhaps still thinking of your answers, I'm going to say that number 7, for starters, is correct. Here, Alida Alida saw that there is a mistake in terms of the object and the subject of our sentence. They needed to be switched around. Okay, number 8. She had gone home. The police came. The leader here is correct again. We need to think about the verbs in this case. And finally, number 9, government has not done enough yet. Number 9, guys, this is incorrect in this case. This is not the correct answer. Give you another clue. For number 9, think of an article that isn't there. So that is my second clue to question number 9. Think of an article that isn't there. This is a language article. These are words like and an, for example, the. these, I mean, articles don't exist in Turkish, they don't exist in Russian, they don't exist in quite a few languages. Elidas has changed her answer to the government, and you are correct in saying that. It should be. Number 9 is the government. Okay, because you are referring to the government in a specific location. Let's move on to the next one. This one is now, we're going to just increase the level of difficulty just a little bit. Number 10. So how does this work? Okay, because I'm now going to look at some modal verbs. Well, I might write a sentence, she won't go home. And in brackets, I'm going to put the meaning that you're looking for. In this case, it's a bad idea. Okay, well, won't? No, that doesn't convey it's a bad idea in this case. The actual answer is going to be, sounds like there should be some advice. So she shouldn't go home. And that would be the correct answer. So read the brackets, and the brackets will tell you if what modal verb would be correct. Now be careful. In some cases, the modal verb that I put might already be correct, in which case we don't need to change it. So let's go. Number 11. Okay, so number 11, they can't get it to work. Here, in brackets, you've got they don't want to help. Now, you need to think about a modal verb that is going to, that would make that sentence complete. Is can't the right one, or should it be a different one? Number 12. And number 13. And number 13. Evelina says, I would like to help them make it work, says Evelina. Okay, we'll see if you are correct. Don't forget, they don't want to help. So this sounds negative. So think about your sentence, Evelina. Do you think your sentence shows a negative meaning or a positive meaning? So the brackets will tell you what sort of meaning you need to go for in this case. Number 11. Okay, so Alida, different answer. Different answer to Evelina. Alida has said they won't get to work. Okay, interesting answer. Um, we'll see if you are correct. Number 12, she should take the train, and third, so she's saying should. No okay, so no change then for 12. 13, we might arrive late. Evelina says, okay, so on reflection, you can see that your sentence is positive. Have a look at a leader's answer. That will tell you whether, therefore, you need to be thinking of a positive or negative answer. I'll give you one more minute, and then I'll reveal the answers. Okay. Like I say, guys, it's useful being able to spot these mistakes. We'll now move on to another one soon. One which might be a little bit more common in terms of choices of words. Again, these are the sort of things that you find in these level tests. They can be really annoying and difficult, but as soon as you know how to do them, then you guys can do very well. Okay, I'll tell you what the answers are then for the 11, 12, and 13. The correct answers are 11. They won't get to work. 12, she should take the train, and 13, we might arrive late. The reason why the first one is won't is because you're saying that there is a refusal to do so. And because of this refusal, they won't. So there's the meaning over there. Let's move on to the next one. So we're now up to 14. Okay, let's go for this one. $15. And 16. Okay, let's see how you guys do. 14, 15, 16. So 14, this is less cheap than that one. 15, he runs fastly. And 16, she visited university in Norwich. She visited university in Norwich. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? So we've got three answers. We've got three sentences here. Is there something wrong in all of them, or maybe you think one of them is right? Maybe not all of them are wrong. In the first one, you've got this term less cheap. So we need to think, have we used the right comparative form here? Does that make sense? He runs fastly. Here we can see that you've got the ly. This is an adverb, but is this the right one? And number 16, she visited university in Norwich. There we need to think of is there anything missing from that sentence? Alida says 14, this is more expensive than that one. Okay. There are two. Let's see. This is less expensive than that one. This is less expensive. No, sorry, less cheap. That's it. Yes, no, sorry. I had written less cheap, didn't I? So this is less cheap than that one. So the question here is for a leader, has she used the right one? Should this be more expensive? Does more expensive have the same meaning as this person trying to write less cheap? Number 15, he runs fast. And 16, she visited the university in Norwich. Okay, some really interesting answers. Let's see what you guys say. Do you agree with the leader, first of all? Or are there any answers that you can see there where you actually strongly disagree? Maybe you think a leader has got something wrong. Has she understood it correctly? The sentences. So let me know there. Let me know there. Just to remind you guys. Okay, so Evelina says that she agrees with the leader. Okay, guys, I can tell you this. We'll go through 14. Okay, here we've got less cheap. Okay, this is less cheap than that one. What are we trying to say with something like less? This is less cheap. Are we trying to say this is cheaper or more expensive? And it depends, because less cheap is incorrect. There's no, you can't use less cheap. On one hand, you can say this, you can say, Irina F says that she agrees with a leader. So 14, you could say, this is cheaper than that one. If you had thought that, you would be correct. If you put the other, this is more expensive, you could also be correct. The problem here is our understanding of less, because here we've got two answers that are opposite in terms of meaning, but we've got this less cheap. It's very, very peculiar. If we're saying it's less cheap, are we saying it's more expensive? Or are we saying that it's cheaper? Well, that's one of the reasons why we don't use less cheap. It doesn't make sense in English. The meaning is lost. So there are two possible correct answers there, and both would be correct, even though they're opposite in meaning. 15, he runs fastly. He runs fast. Yeah, I would agree. 15, yeah, you just say he runs fast. I think that's fair enough. Alida says, but less cheap is not the same as cheaper. Well, it depends on how the person has intended to use it. One of the confusing things when you see someone write less cheap is trying to understand what they mean by less cheap. Are they trying to say, I mean, if you say, this is less cheap, it sounds like, wait, are you trying to say it's cheaper? But then on the other hand, you can say, oh, yeah, this is less cheap. Oh, it's not as expensive. So the other place is more expensive. It's a really confusing one. This is one of the reasons why this mistake is a really bad one. The meaning is lost because in this case, the meaning could be either or of the extreme. Very strange. Number 15, he runs fast. That's good. And number 16, we've got she visited. Now here, Alida's put the university. Well, well done, Alina. I think that's an excellent answer. So if you have the same answer as Alida, then very, very well done. Okay. Right. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, we're now at 16, so we've just got 4 more. We've got 4 more to do, and I'll do all 4 here. This will now be probably the harder ones. So number 17. Number 17, number 18. And number 19. Okay, and 4. That's it. One more. Last one. Okay, guys, we're finishing off with these 4. What do you think the correct answers are? We've got 17. If they was later, we would know. Okay, so some things to think about there. Number 18, if we won, we buy bigger house. This one might be a little bit more obvious in terms of what's wrong. 19, what would you do if you see a big fight? Again, something doesn't quite make sense there. Can you identify what it is? And number 20, she had worked at AM since 12 years. Okay, so there's a mistake in these answers. All of them have a mistake. The question is, can we find what the mistake is? Or in some cases, maybe mistakes. If they was late, we would know. If they was later, we would know. 18, if we won, we buy bigger house. 16, what would you do if you see a big fight? And number 20, she had worked at AM since 12 years. Try and have a little look and see if you guys can find what the mistakes are. This will then take us to the end of the lesson. Just to give you an idea, if they was later, we would know. Here, you need to think about 2 words. You need to think about was and you need to think about later. Something's not right with them. Number 18, if we won, we buy bigger house. Here, you need to think about the preposition and the second conditional. Is anything missing? Number 19, what would you do if you see a big fight? This is quite easy in comparison to the others. We just need to see where the wrong what's the term? Yeah, we just need to think. We just need to think of our verb really. And finally, number 20, she had worked at AM since 12 years. Here we need to think of the ending. Does it make sense? Is it refer? Have we used the right type of words, especially at the end? Does it go? Does it have the right meaning? So those are my clues. Let's see what you guys write, and we will compare your answers. While we wait for your answers, let me just remind you. There it is. Whilst we wait, let me just remind you guys that you can now, in case you're watching, you can now book. You definitely can book new lessons at AMlanguage, physical lessons as well. This week we welcomed some new students as well, straight from their holidays, well, from the Christmas holidays. So as always, make sure you find the link in below. That can take you to the website where you can find out more about how you can have physical live lessons at AMlanguage. Alida says 17. If they were late, we would know. That's a really good answer. Let's see if you are correct there. 18, if we won, we would buy a bigger house. If we won, we would buy a bigger house. Okay, so you're thinking about the missing modal verb there. 19, what would you do if you saw a big fight? Here, she's changed the verb form. And finally, 20, she had worked at AM for 12 years. So there are some interesting answers. If you agree with the leader, just let me know in the live chat comment. Say, I agree with the leader. If there's something that you disagree with, let me know as well in the live comment by letting me know the number and what the sentence needs to read. Evelina says that she agrees. So let's go through this, and if other people come in, they can do. Number 17. This is 99% right. We're just missing one little thing. If they were late, comma, we would know. So you got the most important things correct. We were just missing a comma over there. 18, if we won, we would buy a bigger house. If you would like a bigger house, make sure you like the video. And that is the correct answer. So well done, Alida. Number 19, we've got, what would you do if you saw a big fight? Okay, so here, that's different from the original one where we said, if you see a, what would you do if you see a big fight? So there's a change of modal verb there. There's also one other thing, which leader, well done, spotted. There's no need for a comma. And number 20, she had worked at AM for 12 years. That is definitely correct. So well done there, leader, and well done to everyone else who participated. So guys, make sure you like and share the video, and thank you for joining me at the start of the new year. I will be back tomorrow with more live chat, with more live English lessons. And as always, guys, don't forget to click on the link below to check out our website. So to everyone who participated in today's lesson, thank you so much. So thank you, Evelina. Thank you, Alida. Thank you, Arena F. Thank you, Gudio, as well. And anyone else who I haven't mentioned. I think I mentioned Alida. Marta Poggio. Hi, Marta Poggio. Welcome to today's lesson. Thank you for watching, and many thanks as well. Hope to see you tomorrow. Alida, you too, Marta. Okay, guys, so thank you so much. Take care, and I will be back tomorrow, same time, 3 o'clock, with another live English lesson. Bye, keep safe, and see you tomorrow.